tonight. The ghosts are getting ready. Things will give you such a fright.
I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. And then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said that... Very good, boys. I told the witch doctor you didn't love me true. I told the witch doctor you didn't love me nice. And then the witch doctor, he gave me this advice. He said that...
Amazing. We're live, right?
Yes, sir.
Live, pal. What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video, a brand new stream for all you rascals and rapscallions out there, because tonight is a very special night. This is the first annual Halloween Spooktacular, brought to you by me at Killer Pizza. And my co-host right here, Pete Daddy Dollar from Wrestling with Horror. How are you doing, my friend?
Excellent, brother. Excellent. It's this is a blast to be here, man. I'm excited. We've got a lot of fun stuff planned. And hail to the audience, the chat out there. Welcome. Welcome. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Killer Pizza and myself. Links are all in the description to the stream. And yeah, we got a lot planned. But why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest, brother?
All right, so first of all, as you can see, there's only three of us. Mad Dog Jared had something come up, so he had to skedaddle. But we have returning from the Total Recall live stream. You guys are a fan of this guy, so happy to be back with this dude again, John Rambo, aka Easy C, aka Carlos. How you doing, man?
How you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, for sure, man.
Absolutely, brother. Glad to have you. Let's see who's in the chat so far out there. Let's see, who do we got? I see CB. What's up, CB? Hail, brother. I do a horror-thon every year and watch classic horror films, and I'm not at work on the 31st, so I can do it for longer. Start with Halloween 78 and Halloween 281. Two good choices. You can watch those all together. That's the beauty of those movies. Those are just like a straight-through watch. Wish horror films were like they were back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s when they were fantastic. No horror film is people being gutted and ripped apart for no reason, for the hell of it. I feel like that's a personal attack on Terrifier. And look, I'm not a huge fan of the gore porn genre, as it were. Like the Hostel movies, I saw the first one and I was like, why did I watch this? And then I watched the second one and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? These movies are terrible. But I really enjoyed Terrifier. I'm not going to lie. What's up, Gap? Good to see you. Good to see you. He's shared Killer Pizza's link out there. Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you.
Go subscribe to my boy. He's not only a co-host this evening, but no, he's my tag team partner as we make up the Midnight Vice. Soon to be whipping ass again in Super Shogun, but Godzillionaire's here lurking. Hail, brother. Godzillionaire sent me one of my favorite little desktop toys here. Ron Gashman with his big ass fucking head.
Nice.
That's awesome.
He doesn't even need a costume to switch into his old Beauty and the Beast role. He just has his normal face. Acres of Movies is here. Says I enjoy the Lady in White movie. Is that a Shyamalan with Lady in White? Or no, Lady in White. Is that the one from the 80s with Lucas Haas?
Hey, I ain't no lady.
Lady in White. I'm trying to think. When will the turkey shoving be live streamed? God damn it, Admiral Tiberius. Look, and as you guys are probably wondering what with the turkey. I made a joke because I have like 3 to 4 Thanksgivings I have to go to every year. And I said, at this point, I would rather shove an entire roasted turkey up my ass as opposed to eat it. So now I make memes of just, about different ways I can shove turkeys up my ass.
If you want to see a turkey shoved up Pete's ass, stay tuned.
Yeah. Super chat. For $100 super chat, we'll do it live on Patreon because we can't do it on YouTube. It violates community standards. But when I was... Oh, Jesus. This is Saw 3? I don't remember Saw 3, but that's an interesting fap. I mean,
Hey,
Saw 3.
Your audience is wild, man.
Oh, dude, I have in my chat has no fucking chill. Like they're always just savage. So, hey, Brian Sanchez over from the Killer Pizza side of things, all the way from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Can't put this over enough. You know, if you guys are watching this on my channel, go to Pete's, subscribe, and vice versa. Multi-stream. So this is the first time we ever did this. But I mean, we're gonna bullshit a little before we get into the festivities. I got to ask you though, the third man, Carlos, how you doing, man? What's new with you?
Oh man, just happy to be here, man. Trying to get in the spirit with you guys and hopefully have a good show, man.
So you are John Rambo, right?
Yes, sir.
And I am a man that was killed by John Rambo.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna go with. And Pete is a gay porn star.
Yes, I was in Killer Condom. I might as well own it. We watched that stupid movie. Thanks to Gap, you dick.
I almost bought that movie too.
Oh my God. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm gonna start having flashbacks. That was Jeff Hardy's my uncle. Shut up, Tony. Fucker.
I believe him.
That's my co-host for Monday night, my boy Tony. I want good quality monster movies again. You know, that is a that quality monster movies are. I hate you, Gap. I hate you so fucking much. I'm gonna take your wrench away. But no, good quality monster movies I feel are almost a lost art now because of the reliance on CGI. Like that's a problem because we got better monster movies in the 80s and probably I'd say the early 90s before they started leaning on the CGI way too much. Like, and not much of that holds up anymore, if that makes sense. The early 2000s.
Well, I feel like if Jurassic Park could do CGI so well in 1993, how does it get messed up all the time? And I get a big part of it's just to save money, but like, to be quite honest, that's one of my favorite things about horror movies. For me, like, I love watching the practical effects. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, it is kind of weird, like Ray said, how they made such great movies. Like the trend line was going up, 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 and then all of a sudden it's just like flatline, and now it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, and Jurassic Park, they integrated the CGI with the practicals, and it still holds up now. But yeah, whereas like your third act of Black Panther looked like PlayStation 2 graphics, it doesn't make sense. But when it's all CG, that's the caveat. I don't know. I creature effects are such a big part of horror, and you look at like the body horror, like your Cronenberg stuff, like The Fly in particular, because that was that movie freaked me out. The Jeff Goldblum Fly, not the original. The original one. Which
part freaked you out? For me, it was the arm wrestling scene.
It was the transformation, like
him.
It was like a little kid because I saw that like really young. I was like, oh, like that always stuck with me. Stuff like that, like the Silver Bullet. That's another one that for not a huge budget movie has a cool like werewolf effect in it. And I wanted to mention this one, Dog Soldiers. Have either of you seen that?
Still never seen it. I own it. Haven't watched it yet.
I don't think so.
Okay, so you own it. All right, dude.
Yeah.
Check it out. It is one of the best werewolf movies I've seen. And this came out in like 2001 to 2003 range in there. I believe it was like is it a British film? Something like that?
Yes. It's foreign for sure.
Yeah.
I believe it's British though.
The werewolves look so good in that. Like I can't with it. They look so good. And I'm not a huge werewolf genre guy either. Like I'm really not. No.
Might be my favorite.
Really? The werewolf series? I'm more the slashers are always.
Oh yeah, slashers are the best. What's your favorite? You got your favorite Universal monster, Carlos?
I'd probably say I was actually a big fan of werewolves, like when I was like a little kid coming up. So I'd probably say werewolves too. Yeah.
You look like you're about to.
You know what it is? I think it's the Thriller video kind of got me into that.
Dude, I was just looking those up on eBay last night. Shit, you not VHSs? They're like $10 to $15. Like, I don't know if these are all like reprints, but like every different company that had them out was like $15, and I'm like, now that might be my biggest request for like a boutique label if they could ever put that out, like a big chunky box, like special features, the making of Thriller, and you could throw maybe like a live concert in there and his other music videos, but like have the main feature be like making of Thriller. That people would eat that up. I would.
Oh yeah.
And I'm shocked you didn't say vampires, man. I thought I knew you well because let's admit it, man. Vampires are kind of pimps.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
They're all rich.
Yeah, I don't know. I never had anything for or against them. I don't know. They're just kind of there.
So I'm more of a vampire fan than werewolves. It depends. It's like an individual movie though. Like American Werewolf in London is amazing. I love Silver Bullet. Just off the top of my head, not to mention the Universal stuff. I mean, that's just those I watched with my mom.
I think consistently there's more better werewolf movies in more modern day. Not if we're not talking Hammer films.
Yeah.
Because American Werewolf in London, I kind of hate when people call that a comedy, horror comedy. Like, I get it, but it's a very vicious film.
Mm-hmm.
And then Silver Bullet with Corey Haim, it's got that, that Goonies kind of feel to it. It's got like an adventure feel to it. And I just love that one. And then after that, I'd probably have to say The Howling.
Oh yeah, with Jack Nicholson, right?
Yeah.
Or no.
No.
That's a different movie. I'm sorry. I'm getting my movies.
I was telling you.
Was that?
I was telling you at the last wrestling show, Pete, about that movie Bad Moon. Have you ever seen that, Carlos?
No.
That was pretty cool. I mean, it was under 90 minutes, and it starts kind of cool, and then when it got going, I was like, this feels like a made-for-TV Lifetime movie. And so hammy and cheesy, because it's like early 90s, maybe even mid-90s. But it turns out it's like the brother goes to visit his sister, and he was attacked by a werewolf, and he knows he's a werewolf. He's like aware of it. And the main hero in the movie is like what are the police dogs? It's one of those. But because the dog, because the dog can sense that he's a werewolf. He can sense it through like being a dog, and they have like these scenes that are point of view from the dog, and the dog's the hero, and it's like you don't really see that very often.
That brings up an interesting point. Have either of you seen that Good Boy horror movie yet from the dog's point of view?
I'm kind of worried to see it because I'm a pansy and I don't really want to see like a dog like upset, Dog
dude,
crying.
Same. That's one of my biggest things in movies is when like Michael Myers murders a dog. I'm like, because I'm a dog owner. I love animals, and I'm like, I don't care how many people you murder, you leave the damn dogs alone.
Right.
Like, leave the puppies alone.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I've never watched Pet Sematary Part 2 because of that very reason, and I hear that's one of the best horror sequels of all time.
Dude, Clancy Brown. He's the
Clancy Brown.
He's the dad in it, the dick like stepdad in that one, I think it is. I haven't seen that in so long, but I remember him like he sticks out in that more than anything because I remember watching that going like, this is kind of weird considering like how the first one was. It's like it's just I don't know. It's probably been at least 7 or 8 years since I've watched that, if not 10. Pet Sematary 2, but I haven't watched the original Pet Sematary in years either because I've seen it so many times. It's just, and it's not one that I like am like itching to rewatch. Some movies you have that are just like you incessantly need to watch them, even if it's just for background noise. Carlos, what is a movie, like a horror movie, that you would put on and you can basically just background noise, but like you can go in and out any point and you know exactly what's going on? Do you have like a movie you've watched that many times?
I would say any horror franchise like Halloween or Jason or Friday the 13th or Freddy Krueger, but I like the middle movies of the series, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Like the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, the not
Yes.
the first one, not the last one, because it's just like it's just like all bets are off, going for it. You know, it's got the basic, you know, principles of all the movies, but it's just I don't know, they're just funner to me.
Back in the day, Jason was really fucking scary. Like 2, 3, 4. Like he's running full speed. Like I think it's part 3. Like he's going after Chris, and he like full speed and just blasts through the door, and it's like that is terrifying.
Yeah, I didn't really think he was that scary in number 2 with that like sack on his head. But once like 3 hit, I feel like the series kind of that was when I liked.
2 is very Town That Dreaded Sundown, Jason. If you've have you guys seen that one? Okay.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's very
props for knowing about that movie too.
That one, I watched that and we reviewed it on Tuesday Night Terrorvision probably, I don't know, a couple months ago. Not a very exciting movie. It wasn't terrible, but it was there. I enjoyed it for what it was, you know, but it was one that I'm like, I'm not going to take a lot of notes on this.
Right.
Pretty violent, actually.
It was. There was some in it, but like there was just scenes that dragged.
It's those old school kind of movies, you know, that's just what it was. What it is.
I see. And
that's pretty much all I watch, man. You know, but I did buy Weapons. I am gonna watch Weapons sometime this week, but nothing beats the old school, man. Like, you know what movie makes me laugh, man? I don't know why I thought of this. It's just random thoughts, but you know, like Children of the Corn, the original one. You like that one, you guys? You know what's funny about that? The little kids never get an inch on the adults in that movie. They're just whooping their asses the entire time. Not even punches, just backhands. It's not till like Satan gets involved.
Yeah, I forget which one it was where like the old lady, they send the old lady like flying through the window in the wheelchair. I forget which one it was. Is that number 2? Yeah.
It might be. The first 3 are pretty good, man. Urban Harvest is underrated. You know, people talk about that, and it's great. I love it.
How many of those movies were there?
It's got to be about a dozen, probably.
Of the Children of the Corn?
Yeah. It's got to be about 12.
Oh my God.
I feel like 13. I just remember like going to Blockbuster when I was little, and there would always be like a new one on the shelf. Like always.
You know, I had a really good discussion with this guy that worked through Terrorvision at Screamfest, last weekend, and I just told him, I was like, when you're a big collector and you don't have much space, you know, you want to make sure you know what you're buying. But I said I kind of disagree with that to an extent, going off of what you said with like the Children of the Corn's a new one every time you go to the video store. Like we kind of grew up on blind buying, like some of the worst horror movies you would get just based on the cover. So it's like I feel like sometimes it's good to blind buy. Like what one I bought that past weekend was Satan's Cheerleaders. I was like, it's probably terrible, but like the name of it, the cover, I was like, this looks crazy. I have to watch this.
Right.
I think it's okay to it.
I'd watch it.
I miss video stores, man, and you know, I was just talking to someone about this. That like, not to sound like an old timer, but like when you see the stuff you grew up on kind of going out of style, you know what I mean? Like, there's no kids outside playing no more, and it's like our parents sounded old when we said this. Now we're gonna sound old to like our kids and stuff, but it's true because like, if I'm gonna be transparent here, you know, you see all this trunk or treat stuff, and it makes me sick, man. Like, what a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
You just walk over the car. Like, it works for the parent. If the parent showed up and they had them a little mixed drink or something, we're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk around for an hour. But it's like, that's not trick or treating. There was like an art to it, like, you know what I mean. And that this could be a segue where we could talk about our experience trick or treating and everything. You know, I'll ask you guys right now. I'll say there was always 2 types of trick or treaters back in the day: the ones that walked and took their time and enjoyed the experience, and the ones that ran full speed like it was a mission, and you try to get as much candy as humanly possible. I got a feeling I know what everyone here was.
I was a little bit of both, but mostly the runner, probably.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was a little bit of a runner.
I know we had this. I grew up in really like poor apartment complex, like government housing and everything, but we had this brand new subdivision across the street for years, like big old houses. and we used to always go over there and get all the candy, run full speed. Then, you know, you go to your friend's house after, whichever friend, their parent, like, let everyone come over. Then you start doing the trades. What am I going to trade this candy for and for that candy?
Yeah, I knew which houses were like had the big king size candy bars, and those were usually the ones I'd run to. And then after that, it was all right. We can kind of take our time,
and then do a wraparound and get the big candy again. Like, I'm gonna try to go by a second time.
Yeah, you know, well, yeah, I guess you could. Or I did do that sometimes, but or the take one and leaves. Those were always great.
I was a walker. I was a walker. I was like the slow, methodical, like, I'll just make my way. You know, my little sisters were always running up ahead of me, and I was just like, no, because my parents would, like, because I lived in a more rural area, but like there's little towns that had like neighborhoods and stuff. Like, so we go there, and yeah, I would, you know, just kind of walk around, and yeah, that them run. But
I'm disappointed in you, man.
Did I get my jacket from turning in 500 Taco Bell wrappers? God damn you, Jamie. God damn you. Yes. As a matter of fact, I did. And the pants, actually, if I can stick my leg, they got like the designs on them. Oh, you can't see it right there. But I've got the designs on the leg of the pants too. This is a vintage tracksuit my dad used to wear when he was bodyguarding. And yeah, he's the bodyguard for this little Jewish guy, and he's like, I mean, he would buy my dad tracksuits to wear, which is funny because my dad's like a big jack, like Russian Jewish guy, and he this little. It was funny as hell. But that's where I got the tracksuit from. I was like one of my dad's bodyguard tracksuits.
I was gonna say if I could turn in 100 Taco Bell wrappers to get a Taco Bell jacket,
right?
I'd have a whole closet at that point.
Fuck yeah! Wait, what about Changeling 19 Manhunter?
Manhunter's okay.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
Changeling. I don't think I've seen Changeling either.
Yeah, I've heard the name. I don't even know what that's about. So let me ask you guys: did you have a favorite candy when you were trick or treating back in the day?
I liked it.
How come I got a feeling you're going to say like a what's the one with just straight peanuts on it?
Like a Payday?
Payday?
Yeah, I got a feeling Pete's going to say Payday after he told me he walked house to house. Oh, I like the Paydays and the York peppermint patties.
I like Skittles. Skittles, Starburst, Reese's. I pretty much like everything except for jelly beans and candy corn. Can't do that.
Yeah, that's probably the same, man. Kit Kat, Snickers, Starburst, Skittles. I like the dots when you get the yellow box of the dots.
Oh,
yeah, that's for the shit.
Them things are bomb, except they stick to your fucking teeth like something fierce. Like I just ate a box of them the other day because my kid. It's funny. The trunk or treat thing. Like when I was in the car business, we used to host one of those. And one of my interns was in a fraternity, so we'd have his frat brothers come out and help us pass out candy. And we'd do about like 4. And I never agreed with it because I'm anti-trunk or treat as well. I'm not in favor of it. I grew up, I was born in 1980. I like, hey man, you go house to house and you go out and get your candy. And that's how you do it, I mean, like, you go to like some places they have like, like little party for the kids or whatever, but like the trunk or treat thing, I'm not a fan. I'm really not. And my favorite candy, I did like Payday, but it was never my favorite. No, man. No, I always like Nerds. I love fucking Nerds, especially now that they have the Nerd clusters, but Reese's peanut butter cups and Reese's Pieces are like 2 of my all-time favorites. Snickers are always good.
Wait, what'd you call them? The Reese's? You said what? Reese's Pieces?
The little they're like the M&Ms.
I heard a stand-up comedian make a joke about this one time. He said a friend, they're getting candy before a movie. He says, I'm getting Reese's Pieces. He goes, what the hell's a Reese's Pieces? A Pieces? It's Reese's Pieces. It's a guy named Reese's Pieces.
I
I call it the same thing. It just
Yeah, I do too.
Make sure no
but it's funny to
razors.
hear
in
that.
there.
It's funny to hear that 'cause you're like, that makes sense. That's Reese's Pieces, but I mean Reese's Pieces. That's more fun, right?
It sounds better.
UC Mosquito 1994. I have not seen that. Didn't Synapse put that out not long ago or something? Seems like it. Or Severn would put that out. And I'm remember
seen that.
I feel like I
Mosquito?
could see the cover in my head. Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't seen that yet.
I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Look how knowledgeable of horror fans we are. All these
Yeah,
movies everyone's
seriously.
bringing up, we haven't seen
I know.
nothing.
We're like 0 for 3 at this point.
Favorite nose. Well, I mean that goes without saying. That's just a given. That's just a given. The movie The Stuff is a pretty good horror movie. I want to see that. I really do. It's about like the fluff. No, I've never seen that. I wasn't even aware of it until like a year ago.
It's not as good as The Blob, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a similar movie. But Arrow Video just put out a 4K of The Stuff, which you might be able to pick up for a good price like on Black Friday. But they have like a 40 minutes extra, like a 40-minute extended cut. So like that's my whole interest in getting. I'm really trying not to double dip on every title because everything's coming out on 4K. I'm like, I really gotta pick and choose. But I wanted to get that for that extended cut. It's pretty good, man. Body horror.
That's good stuff. The body horror stuff is always fun to watch, though. I remember I went to the supermarket to my school and got a shit ton of Halloween stuff. My mom went batshit because it was proof that I'd been skipping school. Well, look, man, there's sacrifices that need to be made for your favorite holiday. And, you know, if that was your only time to go shopping, then, you know, what the hell? You got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, this Halloween is like kind of really special to me because it falls on a Friday. And I don't know why, but those were like the best Halloweens when I was a kid. The ones that fall on Friday and Saturday. Man, it was just like, it's like Christmas. You know?
Man, I got to work on Friday, and I'm the only one in my like department showing up. Everyone
Really?
took it off. I'm like,
Yeah.
so help me God, if this is we get slammed, because we're always busy on Friday. You know, doing like shipping. I gotta get everything. If I work on a Wednesday, I got to get shit ready for a Thursday. But if I work on a Friday, I got to get shit ready for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because we're not open on the weekends. I'm like, I can't let the day be ruined.
Right, you know, it's like how
I think I'm gonna go in.
I'm
gonna go
Friday
in dressed like this. That's like really not cool for where I work. But I'm like, I can't help it. I got a splitting headache. I need to go home.
Why not?
Shoot. You know what, guys? We're about 30 minutes in. You guys want to get into our top 5 list right now?
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to come up with a cool name for it on my end. I think the best we come up with is like 5 Halloween essentials. So this could be TV shows, TV specials. It doesn't have to be just horror. It can be horror. It can be family movies. This kind of stuff that you either watch every single year around Halloween or stuff you want to kind of, you know, suggest to people. One of our lists, do it however we want.
All right.
So, Carlos, I'm put it on you. You're first.
All right. Well, I compiled a couple of movies here. First one, Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know if you can see it. Little glare there.
That's the original?
Original Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it's kind of the only good one. I mean, the other ones are entertaining. Number 2 is pretty good, I think. But
I like number 3.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But I couldn't really tell you about much in the middle because they all kind of run together for me. But this was definitely a game changer, I feel like, in horror movies. I mean, I had never heard of a killer that killed you in your sleep.
Yeah, it kind of adds a fun element to it where, like, anything can happen. Like, his killing grounds, say, you know, could be anywhere, anything. And then, because I rewatched them all after I got the 4K. I rewatched all my Blu-rays. and some of those movies you really couldn't tell what was actually happening and what wasn't, you know. And when I did my ranking, I do put 3. I want to put 3 at top, but I have to go to the classic, man. So many classic scenes in part 1.
Yes, and this movie inspired one of my favorite tree houses of horrors when Groundskeeper Willie was on The Simpsons. Groundskeeper Willie was Freddy Krueger, and I think Bart blew him up or something, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to watch it. I got the Treehouse of Horrors on in the background. This is the Shining is playing right now.
I love that one.
Great movie.
Right, kid, you want to get sued? But and by the way, you know, we are just going to go 5, 5, 5, and then all round robin kind of style. But I mean, honestly, can't go wrong with Nightmare on Elm Street. When's the first time you've seen it?
Actually, back in like 2010, to be honest. Yeah. I bought this after I saw it just because I was like, wow, I really liked it so much. I kind of, you know, it was always on TV when I was a kid, but, you know, that's not like the real movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's like edited.
Yeah, you don't get all the gore, you know, and I'll let you know, Pete, Carlos is the first guy I knew that had like a badass movie collection. He's humble about it, but he had in his house at the end of the hallway this rack of movies. He had Goodfellas, Purple Rain, just like all this good shit. And it's like, I was so poor back then. I'm like, I dreamed of having a collection rather than just like watching Superbad every night. It's like the only movie I owned.
Or when we used to red box it.
I forgot all about that. That was a big deal, man. Yeah, because you get brand new movies. I mean, it's kind of cool we get stuff released a lot sooner out of theaters, but I mean, the industry is kind of suffering.
Yeah, no lie. But it's like you guys said, they're not really making anything that you really want to go see, you know? Like, but well, I'll get to my second one here.
Oh, well, hold up. What? No, hold up. Put it. Pete will go next, and I'll go, and then we'll circle around all the way.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. Spoiler alert. Now I know what your next one is. What do you got, Pete?
For my number 1 on Halloween,
which these are in no particular order.
Yeah. You know? I mean, I got the original Halloween 1978, man. Yeah. That one it's a must. I love this movie so much, and it's so funny because Tony and I fight about this because he hates it and he thinks it's stupid. I love this movie. It's just the score, the cinematography. Really, like after I went in and started reviewing these in depth, and not necessarily reviewing the actual movie, but the making, the production, the behind the scenes stuff. I had so much more appreciation for Dean Cundy's work in his, you know, work with John Carpenter, and nothing is, I think, more Dean Cundy than Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Just that movie, and say what you want about it. I'm just kind of correlating these together because they're just my number 1, just because of Dean Cundy. I love the cinematography in everything he did. And Alan Howarth and John Carpenter working together on the synth scores for those is, that's why Halloween, I could watch any one of them in the franchise outside of, well, the originals, not the Rob Zombie and not the David Gordon Green stuff. But Halloween 78 is a must watch.
Arguably the greatest horror movie of all time. It's in my top 5. I just watched part 3 not too long ago. I love part 3. I actually watched part 2 in the hotel in Kentucky this past weekend. It came out. I was like, oh, Halloween 2 is on. I just remember being really upset that the jacuzzi scene was edited.
Oh yeah, that scene is pretty brutal.
Well, the kill itself, and then the girl when she gets naked too. Like that's. And man, the nudity in horror movies back in the day, you know, we probably sound like chauvinist pigs now, but it's like that. Those were the selling points for a lot of movies. And when you're a little kid and you're renting these and you're, say, watching Friday the 13th to see Pamela Voorhees scene, and you're like, you know, watching, make sure nobody's coming to catch you watching those movies.
Bro,
I just knew, like, something bad was about to happen if somebody started taking their clothes off or like getting it
That's
in.
like the trope in Friday the 13th that like
Yep.
it's not until the kids start getting it on that he shows up.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon gets the damn arrow through his neck and shit. Like,
Let's see. Okay, I didn't know where to go with my list necessarily. I kind of did mine a bit different in a way. I try to do some stuff outside the box, like some suggestion stuff people might not have seen. But this is one of the more obvious ones for me. I'll throw this out there. I watch this every single year. Night of the Demons. Now, if you guys seen this one, right?
Yeah.
I have not.
Classic, man, classic. It's this gothic girl, Angela. She's throwing a party up at this haunted house, and all the kids go up there, and it has a really cool intro, too, that's like a cartoon intro. It reminds you of, like, Christmas Vacation or something, which is, like, really out of pocket, but it's cool, like, Halloween cartoons with a fun theme song, and then when they get up there to this party, you know, a lot of good punk rock music in it. You got Linnea Quigley in there, being Linnea Quigley, pretty brutal kills. They all turn into demons. And it's just a fun movie. It's got one of the movies where, spoiler alert, the black guy doesn't get killed first. And it's one of the funniest things in this movie. This guy, Roger, I believe it was, it's like, anytime there's a bad situation, he doesn't get stuck in that. He's literally like, fuck this, and just dives out a window. And then you won't see him for 20 more minutes. But this is just 80s sleazy trash. You know, lots of nudity in this. Lots of fun kills, over-the-top shit. The visuals, good soundtrack. Just overall really, really fun movie. 2 decent sequels as well, and the remake isn't necessarily that bad.
That was one I remember seeing at Blockbuster back in the day, and I was like, as a kid, I was like, I don't know about this one, man.
There's the one where the same girl's on the cover and she has like a skull lollipop. It's like real memorable and real scary looking. But yeah, all of those are pretty fun. And the most important thing is it takes place on Halloween night, and everyone's in costumes and everything. And then it kind of turns into like a zombie movie, like, but they're demons. Everybody, big old house. Which one critique I have with all types of movies like this, like when it takes place in one like haunted mansion, it's like, how is there so much chasing going around in this house? You think like they would, you know,
right,
someone off in the back room or something.
There's a whole Scooby-Doo scene in that, if I'm where they're like running through the hallways in that, right? Like, isn't the one on roller skates? In that, is it that?
I don't know if that's the original.
That's because we did. I'm looking for. We did a watch party for that last. I believe it was around last Halloween. We watched Night of the Demons, and because I hadn't seen it in years and years and years, and I was like, yeah, I freaking loved it. I was like, damn, it's an encapsulation of the 80s, like you said, just that sleazy 80s exploitative, just beautiful horror that decade gave us.
Yeah, it's like, I don't understand why they won't put stuff out like that anymore. It's such like from a business perspective, it's such a winning formula. Like, everyone I know would go see that, like, immediately, like, you know, like, I don't know, maybe to PC or something. I don't know. It's
so cheap to make those. Like, you don't need big name actors. You build the movie around the effects. That's what you're doing, and then you're like, you fit your story to that. It's like, design your kills, have your baddie, and then work from there. It's a horror movie. It's pretty paint by numbers, and you can do it that way and still make it really good if you have a few good characters and a bunch of good kills. People are gonna. The story is secondary to that in most horror. In a slasher or something like that, you don't need a very complex plot to make an enjoyable movie like that.
I think that's the issue, because it's like, it's not supposed to be Schindler's List. Like, it's not supposed to be like, iconic, one of the best movies ever made. This ain't The Green Mile. It's like, you're supposed to go in there and have fun. It's like that interview about Kill Bill when Tarantino was being interviewed, and that one broad was like,
Oh yeah.
Why do you like so much violence? Why do you need all this violence? He goes, "'Cause it's fun, Jan."
It's like, you don't know what we're doing. Like,
he always say, maybe this movie's
it.
not made for you, babe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not for you. Yeah.
Which eventually too, we should do a Quentin Tarantino show. That would be fun too.
Oh yeah, no, definitely one of my
The
favorite
man.
directors of all time, really.
Yeah, it was October 30th of last year. We did our Night of the Demons watch party. That's what that was on Devil's Night. So apropos, which really quick here. If you're one of my subscribers and you're wondering, hey, what do you got going on this Thursday for your spooky season watch parties? Well, we're watching Halloween this Thursday night, 8:05 Eastern on the channel, and the Patreon commentary version will be available the very next day on Friday. So there we go. Now, we've all had our first one. Now, is it Carlos up for his number 2 pick?
Yep, number 2.
All right, number 2. Here we go. American Psycho. I'm sure you've seen it. Most people have seen it by now. I feel like this movie is just starting to get the recognition it deserves. It came out, I think, in 2001, or maybe 2000-ish. But back then, Christian Bale, he wasn't really Batman, so he wasn't like real big. But first time I saw this movie, I actually did not like it at all. I felt like I was kind of duped. I was expecting to see like some type of slasher, which it kind of is, I guess, in a way. But it's a little more like complex, I feel like. And anybody who's seen it probably knows what I'm talking about. Like Pete said, I'm not a fan of the animal violence in the movie. But I guess to illustrate how psycho the character is, they had to throw that in. But yeah, I just feel like anybody who likes horror movies, this isn't, I don't even know what to call this, if it's a horror movie or a slasher. It's very complex.
Bit of a thriller, I think, too.
Thriller, yeah, but still gives.
I got a confession to make. I've never seen this movie.
Yeah, I think you told me that, and I would definitely say I would watch it.
I know the reputation it has.
It's an excellent movie. It really is. Very influential movie culturally too. I would say there's a lot of there's a trickle down effect out of this one. Yeah, it's an excellent movie. I can't fault that pick at all. No, freaking Christian Bale was amazing in that. Just that descent into madness that he has and the snaps back and forth. I absolutely love it. And of course, the kill scenes are freaking the chainsaw. That's all I'm gonna say is just the chainsaw. And
I know of that scene.
Yeah, that one comes out and you're like, where the hell did he get? But then again, you're like, well, it's like you don't think somebody in an apartment's gonna have a fucking chainsaw. You know what I mean? Just not one of those things that you would keep on hand normally, but
not a gas one at that either.
No, man, yeah, a 24-volt battery, one of the electric ones, but no, a full-on gas chainsaw.
Right. Yeah, I sorry for the business card. That's great.
Hey, and I gotta say the last comment too from Danger Zone.
Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy Dane. He kills it on YouTube, man. He started not too long ago, but he'd be putting out videos like every single day. He's got a lot of good shit too, so you guys should go subscribe to him as well. Michigan boy too. You got to represent Michigan.
He commented on one of my streams, and we both reviewed and were at the premiere for Bad Things Happen Here, which I have right on my desk from Wendigo Pictures, who actually director Nick Bergman was on Tuesday Night Terrorvision. Super cool, super awesome guy.
Man. Yeah, he was telling me about that. It was the weekend after Samurai Slam.
Yep.
Samurai Slam, custom koozies.
Nice.
I used mine last night at the party. I used mine. I was like, what koozie? I was like, my Shogun koozie. That's what.
All right. So what's your number? What's your number 2, Pete?
My number 2. Let me.
Killer Condom.
God damn you. God damn you. My number 2 is Night of the Living Dead, the original. It's got to be the VHS. This is my 30th anniversary edition VHS copy, which I freaking absolutely love, and it's so beautifully plain. That's all I need is just this, and I love the shell. I picked this up at an estate sale recently within the last year. I had 45 tapes and DVDs for $40. So, and this was among them. But I have watched this movie every year on some form.
I turned into George Washington Duke from Rocky V when you say you bought 45 VHSs for 40. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah. And it's in really good condition, it looks like.
It's here, let me do this. It's absolutely all the tapes were in fantastic condition. There's really no damage to anything. Here, let me open this back up again to fall out. But yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So that's my number 2. It's a classic, and one of my channel members actually just joined. And if you join on the Harvey Wakuian producer tier, you have the right to request a review of me, and I am doing Night of the Living Dead 1990, which is a top tier remake. That movie is phenomenal. I saw that when it came out as a kid, and I was like, man, this, because I'd already seen the original with my mom, and I'm like, wow, like that was really good, you know. So it's one I just got, and I'm like, I gotta do a review. So that'll be out before Friday this week. But
Night of the Living Dead 1990, that's arguably like a top 5, top 10 movie for me.
It's fucking amazing.
They just put out the 4K, the uncut version.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome, man. I can't say enough about that movie. And the first one, for that matter, like George Romero, legendary, doesn't get enough credit. It's one of my all-time favorites. You know, the original 3 George Romero Dead movies are some of my favorites of all time. How did my tape get that mark on there? Huh? That pisses me off. But, all right, it's on me right now for my number 2.
Yes, sir.
Well, I wasn't sure what order to show these in, but you kind of gave me a perfect segue. I'm not sure if either one of you have seen this movie. A lot of people haven't, but I think you either love it or you don't. Underrated, in my opinion. I have to put my finger over there a little bit, but that is Flesh Eater. Have you seen it?
I have not.
I've never seen that
So
one.
she's naked on the cover, so I'll take the slip off. But, you know, there's the back right there. But this one right here, does that guy look familiar to you?
Oh, Flesh Eater. That's the original zombie from Night of the Living Dead. And
Bill Heinzman.
Yes,
This is an independent movie. I love this so much. I'm not going to try to give too much away. For one, this is on Tubi and this is on YouTube. If anybody wants to watch it, I would highly suggest it. Obviously, this isn't perfect. This isn't the best movie. It's very low budget, but it pretty much starts out with these teenagers going on a hayride out into like this campground to have a bonfire, and they, you know, get the groundskeeper to buy them some beer, and they're gonna party. There's a lot of denim jackets. It's great, Midwest or East Coast. And then the groundskeeper, this is the original zombie from the original Night of the Living Dead. He digs up the grave of Bill Heinzman. So I don't know if this was meant to be a prequel or a sequel, spiritual successor, sequel, whatever. But what I really love about this movie is it shows the first zombie as he takes out one person. And then it shows, by the end of the movie, there's like 50 zombies. But you've seen every single one of them get killed and then turn. So it kind of like explains like how the outbreak would happen. Like say it started with one zombie and then killed everybody all the way up to the beginning. And here's a spoiler right here, but like pretty much these kids get into this little cabin and they board it up. And this is like 20 minutes into the movie, 30 minutes. And you're like, okay, they're really going to do the next 2 acts, just boarding up the house, which is a very common thing, Night of the Living Dead, many zombie movies. Hell no, man. He smokes one of these kids. The kid turns into a zombie. They smoke another kid. Everyone gets killed but a couple people, and they take off running. It's like, it's right in your face, right off the rip right there. It takes place on Halloween. He goes up to a house where they're making candy apples inside and trick or treating, takes out the whole family. The guy shows up to a Halloween party, which there's a really funny part in there where this drunk teen just thinks it's his costume to be the zombie. He's just going through this small town, just every little party, get together scenario, just smoking everybody. And the gore is really, really good. And it's just a really, really fun movie. Flesh Eater.
Ray, what year was that?
88.
Perfect.
Yep. I've seen a review. Joe Blow Horror did
Also,
a video.
you haven't seen it then. I thought you said okay.
No, I haven't seen that one. No, I
look
watched
at this scene right here. Rips straight through her chest and rips out her heart. That happens in the movie. Like practical effect. They show it. It's fucking cool.
I need to check that out.
Like I said, free on YouTube, free on Tubi. I honestly might watch that tonight because I was planning on watching it earlier, but time slipped away as it tends to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's one I wanted to throw in there that was like one a lot of people might not have seen, but just like it's just fun. Which that's what Halloween's all about. I think a lot of people forget that trick or treat, you get candy, it's a treat, but trick, like it's supposed to. People forget that it's about tricks on Halloween too. There's jokes to be played. You fuck with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. I used to do the whole. I never like toilet papered anybody's house, but I definitely used to. Or the egg. I never did the egg thing, but I definitely did silly string a couple of people. Or usually they were friends, but yeah, I agree.
You make me feel like a bad kid, man. I did all that shit.
I was just, I don't know. I was more afraid of my parents, than
Same.
They just, they caught me doing that. It wasn't going to be good.
Yeah, I was kind of the same. I was kind of like a sensitive kid where like I didn't want to like upset my mom, like if I got in trouble. But I would say like I would get persuaded by some of the other kids that were doing it to do it too. And maybe it got to a point where like I wasn't getting persuaded as much as I wanted to act like,
Yeah, I don't know. I always just felt kind of bad. Like, I don't know. Like, oh man, this person's going to have to clean up all this toilet paper in the morning and all the eggs off their car and shit. Like,
well, we would do it to the people that did wrong, like for the Halloween tradition. Like if you were kind of a grouch about Halloween or you gave us pennies the year before and we'd egg your house. Like we did some pretty bad stuff, man. I shouldn't even say this, but I allegedly had a friend who had a younger brother who got fucked with by this neighbor all the time about Halloween and all that because they were big on decorating. And he might have went to the bathroom and kind of put it under his door handle on his car.
Oh no!
And we might have sat on the roof of his house and like waited all night for him to go to work on Devil's Night and kind of quote Bob Saget and Dumb and Dumber.
Damn.
That's messed up, man. I'm pretty sure that's a felony, but I said allegedly. I'm not saying that happened. These are just stories, is all.
Oh, I get the statute of limitation probably is worn off by now, so I think you're good.
We're probably literally 14.
I think I can sum that up with.
Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
Oh man.
But you know what? The punishment fits the crime. I mean, you give somebody enough shit, you got to expect to get it back, right?
Right.
And to be fair, back in the day, like if we would have gotten caught doing that as kids, the adults would have probably like literally beat us up.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, yeah. Somebody hand me some toilet paper. I was like, no. I ain't doing it.
So, what do you got as your number 3, Carlos?
Number 3, actually, there was a commenter. I think it was Tell Him 25. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but brings me to the Scream series. This is Scream 3. The reason why I picked Scream 3 is it's unlike any of the other Scream movies in the sense that Ghostface is literally like invincible. And he's like, basically they're finding out that something from the past was influencing the killings happening in the present.
Is that the
So-
college one, or is the college one part 2?
No, that's number 2. What you're thinking of. This one is actually really cool. I'm glad you said that because this one is cool in the sense that they're making a movie. Hollywood is making a movie about the first movie, if that makes sense. So all the people that were involved from the first movie are like on the set of the autobiography, and Ghostface starts killing people that have to do with the set of the movie, if that makes sense. So it's like a movie within a movie.
And honestly, man, I think Scream might be one of the most, well, I know, in my opinion at least, that Scream is one of the most consistent franchises out of all of them.
Well, you know, we've spoken about this before. You know that like Scream is that's my favorite that's my favorite series of all time. I know a lot of people make fun of me. They're like, "Oh no, man, Scream is weak." Like, no, I just don't think they. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people are. Yeah, there we go. Right on. Oh yeah.
It literally changed how they did everything.
Yeah, that's why I feel like now it's starting to get the props it deserves. Like as far as like, you know, being accepted with the Jasons and the Michael Myerses, the Freddy Kruegers. You know,
Like, I'll put it this way too. When I went to Scarefest weekend, you know, you remember Nick Baker?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Carlos, you remember his son when he was like, you ever met his son when he's like a real little kid? This will make you feel old. He's 18 years old now.
You know what? I think, yeah.
Engaged to his girlfriend and everything, but he was so amped about Scream all weekend. He got like the Scarecrow Scream mask that was kind of cool. And his whole thing, which I was proud of him for this, they're going to Motor City Comic Con, and he wants to get a Scream VHS to get it signed by Matthew Lillard. And I'm just saying, like, for you to say, like, it's coming around a little more, that's an 18-year-old. Like, that, granted, he probably grew up more on those type of movies, but the fact that that's, like, at that age, his favorite horror movie of all time, like.
Yeah, I noticed the younger generation is a little more, like, apt to pick it up and accept it. It seemed like when our generation, it didn't really take, it kind of took, then it fell off. Now I feel like the Gen Zers or Gen Alpha, what do you want to call them, are kind of giving it a revival, which
I think when part 4 came out, what, like 2010 or some shit, I think that gave it kind of a, I'm probably wrong about that, but you know, like part 4 or 5, I think it was 4, kind of gave the franchise a bad reputation.
Yeah, I don't know why people like hate on that one. They really don't like it. I don't know. They're like, oh, you know.
I love the new ones too. I love both the new ones. I think Evil Dead and Scream are the most consistent franchises. Out of the big ones, there's not really a bad movie in any of those. Like, look at Evil Dead. The worst one's Evil Dead Rise. That's not even a bad movie.
Right. It might be like a little. There might be some that are like weaker, maybe, but they're not bad. You know. So, yeah.
I think that's a good pick. I think all of us dressed as Ghostface at one point.
Oh, I definitely. I think I went to a party with you one year where I was Ghostface, and I had like the voice change.
Was that the one where I was kicking you through that china cabinet all night, and the girl come out to own the house and got so mad at us and threw us out?
I think that was a different. It could have been though.
Me and your boy here, we used to be savages back in the day. We were just like drinking the open bar dry, and then big action movie fans, and Carlos is like, oh, like when they would do the kick in the chest, kick me and I'll fly into the china cabinet. I was like, all right. Boom, he takes the bump. I'm not really kicking him, but all this plates and everything in this china cabinet just shattering and breaking. And we do this like 5 times, and the girl comes out. She's like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, we're like, oh, rush hour, you know. And it's like, get the fuck out of my house.
And mind you, I think this was like kind of like after the party was over and everybody was like already kind of leaving. And
like they didn't know we were still there.
We were like just still there, like. Good times.
All right, so Pete, what do you got at number 3?
Number 3, I got to go back to my VHS collection and go with the Clive Barker collection. Hang on a second, let me embiggen
That's
this
a
here.
VHS?
Oh yeah,
I've never seen that before.
Hellraiser 1 and 2. Yeah, these are both. The second one arguably better than the first, but for me, it doesn't get better than the first one. I have a bunch of the Hellraiser comics too, which are freaking fantastic. But Hellraiser 1, I love the special effects in that. They're all, outside of the lightning and stuff, it's practical. Doug Bradley's amazing as Pinhead. Kirsty is a good final girl. And I forgot, I have a lament configuration. I didn't bring it down here. I had it when we just did a live stream for Hellraiser last Thursday. But I had my lament configuration, my NECA Pinhead figure. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, I got the puzzle box too.
I got to get my I'm getting a shoulder to elbow Pinhead tattoo.
And you've been bringing up Pinhead quite a bit often, man. I'm starting to realize how big of a fan you are of it. I love him. I just rewatched part 2 not long ago. Isn't it kind of a trip, a movie like that, part 2? Like, you just like, Hellraiser 2, but like actually it's not even the name of the movie. Hellbound. You never hear anybody say, like, I'm going to go rent Hellbound.
No, it's always Hellraiser 2.
Right. Yeah, I feel like for some reason it doesn't. Hellraiser isn't one of those movies that's like people don't think of it a lot, but when they do, they're like, oh yeah, like I've never met a person that didn't like that movie. But for some reason, it's like Pinhead isn't really on like like the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, he always gets off the list. I rewatched. Yeah, I just remembered I rewatched part 3 as well. That one's kind of a trip too. But yeah, I think it just fell off so hard
because they made too many.
Well, 4 is not even that good.
The problem with the Hellraiser franchise after the second one is none of them were really Hellraiser movies. Outside of the one that took place in the nightclub, they were just scrap movies that they weren't going to do anything with. And yet they did some pickups, added Pinhead into them, and it's like just to keep the rights. That's what it came down to, the movie rights and them wanting to hold on to them. So they mass produced all those. Lance Henriksen was in the video. Was it Hellworld? I think I remember I was laying around stoned on my couch. I was in my 20s on a Sunday and it was on like Sci-Fi. I'm like, what the? I was like one of those things where you're like sleeping through a movie and you wake up and I'm like, Lance Henriksen, you hit the channel guide and it's like Hellraiser Hellworld. Like, what the?
Isn't it just like so painful when a franchise you grew up on, you hold so close, just starts putting out crap movies? Like it's happened a lot, like with Halloween. I swear, when I watched Halloween Ends, I almost had a fucking stroke.
Oh.
If you guys ever want to watch something funny, you guys or anyone watching, go look up my Halloween Ends review. I was like, I'm going to be civil with this. I'm going to be okay. I lost my shit like a minute in, just was fucking yelling for like 30 minutes, just losing my mind over that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, dude. Jamie Lee, she really fucked those movies up. Like,
well, she stopped caring.
Yeah.
Those movies were terrible.
Well, you went from her being.
I like 2018. I did like that one.
Yeah, that was good.
It should have went in the order of 2018, Halloween Ends, and Halloween Kills. Like, or even Halloween. Oh, no, Halloween Ends should have came first. And then it should have been 18 and then Kills. It's like, why are we going to introduce this jackass kid?
Yeah, it's like all about the kid.
You got this little pansy who's scared to fight high schoolers that are bullying him over Yoo-Hoo drinks. And next thing you know, this good-looking girl has a good job that's a nurse, is like in love with him. He's riding a Harley and a badass. I was like, so this movie's just like one half Twilight movie, and then it turns into a Rob Zombie Halloween. I'm like,
yeah, it like didn't make sense. And then I don't know, when the credits came up, I never been so happy for a movie to be over. I hate to say it. Like I was just like,
it's like anytime I watch Edward Scissorhands, I'm like, oh my god, please end. It's like you think a movie's good, and then halfway through you realize you're watching Edward Scissorhands or like Donnie Darko. And you're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
After watching Hollywood,
oh god,
it was CB. It really was.
Bro, it's always some girl that wants to watch that too. Or like, Oh, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm like, I would rather smash my head into this desk right here than watch that movie again.
Finally, somebody who thinks that movie is overrated. I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Terrible.
When I was a kid, but it is kind of overrated. It's like, all right, dude. It's
At least in my opinion, because if there are people out there like it, I understand why people like it. But I'm like,
I like it, but I don't think it's like the be all end all or the greatest thing ever. I saw it in the theater when it came out when I was a kid, and I was like, this is cool. I dig it. I like the music in it for what it is, but I don't put it on any sort of pedestal and think it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. They really like elevate that movie to an extent that I don't understand.
Right.
Like it's like the people who romanticize Mickey and Mallory from Natural Born Killers. I'm like, is that really the couple you want to model your relationship after? I don't think so.
No, we want to be a True Romance.
I still need to watch that. I have it. I need to watch it.
Bro, Carlos, I meant to have these figures. They're on the other side of the room, but I got those Trick or Treat Studio True Romance figures of Alabama and Clarence.
Really?
You know what my biggest regret is? They had two other characters for the whole set. And one was like the Elvis guy. That was like his inner thoughts.
Yeah.
And that was Val Kilmer. And the other was Drexel.
Oh man, you didn't get.
No, I didn't get all four because I was like, I don't want. If I get Drexel, I have to buy all four. So I was like, I'll just get Clarence in Alabama. And then I went on Saturday and Sunday. And when I was there Sunday, I look over and they were sold out of Drexel. I was like,
of course they were, man. You should have seized the moment.
You want an egg roll, white boy?
Yeah, right. That's all good.
Yeah, you got to watch that, man. It's one of the greatest of all time.
The stop motion is good.
So it's on me right now?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
Rubber.
So here is a movie I got suckered into buying at Scarefest. I was at the TerraVision booth. They had movies for $25 or 2 for $40. So I was like, I better grab 2. And then I point out this VHS that's a reprint. And I was like, I'd love to buy that, but I could probably find it for a good price in the wild. He goes, well, if you buy it with what you bought now, I'll give it to you for 20. I'm like, and that is the Monster Squad.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So we're talking about Universal Monsters earlier. You seen this, Carlos?
You know, I feel like I have, but maybe when you start like talking about it,
there's the back.
I feel like I have.
So pretty much, it's this young kid and his friends, and they have like this. It's very Goonies, Stranger Thing-esque, like kids on an adventure. It's like it's good for families. It does get a little wild, so it's right there in the middle. It's perfect. It's pretty much like gateway horror. And pretty much this kid has a club, the Monster Squad. They pull the projector reels after school into class and watch Universal Monster movies. They go up in the clubhouse and read EC comics, and they're just obsessed with horror. And then we got the so would this be the Wolfman, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Mummy, Frankenstein's monster, and Dracula all come back to life and team up together. And Dracula's after this amulet where he can like take over the world. And it's up to these like 10-year-old kids and like the older teenager who's like reluctantly like hanging out with these young kids in this leather jacket. And they gotta take on the Monster Squad and save the whole entire world. And it's awesome, man. It's just fun, man. You know, very underrated. Now, another one I might watch, you know, soon over this week. But yeah, it's just I find myself more like kind of liking some more like fun movies around Halloween, like stuff like this and Hocus Pocus, because I watch horror movies all year round. And granted, this is a legit horror movie, but you could consider this a family movie too. But just very fun. It's up to the Monster Squad to save the day.
Nice. Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying about being kind of like burnt out on horror movies sometimes. It's like you just want to kind of switch it up, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm kind of weird like that. Where like I seen somebody earlier mention like they need to watch The Thing. Where like I only watch The Thing in the winter, or like The Thing or The Shining. I'll wait for a whiteout of snow. So anybody not from Michigan, like we get really heavy days of snow, especially you, Pete, up north, where you literally can't leave your house. And those are the days where like I'm going to watch The Shining, I'm going to watch The Thing, and then there's movies like Return of the Living Dead, which is my favorite movie of all time, like I do reserve that more for like the summer. And same with like more like family themed horror movies. I know a lot of people would say like Halloween Town and stuff like that. They save that, or Hocus Pocus, like I said, for the Halloween season. Because like I get real pretentious about it in a way, and I don't mean to be. Like there's people asking me to do my 31 days of Halloween like list on YouTube. I'm like, I can't be bound down to that. Like it's literally like I work second shift. I get home at midnight. I'm like, I don't want to force myself to watch something that's on my list. Like, oh, okay, Bride of Chucky, cool. This looks fun. I'm gonna watch this tonight. Fuck it.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a balance.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a method to the madness. I got the new In the Mouth of Madness 4K coming Tuesday. By the way,
we did a commentary for that. I had not seen that movie before. That one and Prince of Darkness we did for Patreon. 2 excellent movies. Plus
I watched Prince of Darkness in the hotel after Halloween 2 was on. It came on. I was like, oh, bro, you should see everyone in the room, man. Nobody gave a shit about nothing. I'm just like, Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, it's always fun to be that guy. Like, are you guys seeing this? And everybody's like,
I pulled the chair up to the TV and everything. I'm like, this is the greatest story. I'm explaining everything. This guy was in this and that.
They're just like, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's like when you're around like and I call them like, your normie friends who aren't into like that deep into the movies and the making of them and the actors and what ancillary roles they played in other movies. Yeah, I do that same thing. I'll be like, oh, this guy was like the henchman in this movie. Like I'll see Al Leong in something and I'm like, oh, he was a bad guy. He was the henchman in this. He was the henchman in this. He was in 2 Andy Sedaris movies. And they're like, who the fuck's Andy Sedaris? And I'm like,
right. Like,
bullets, bombs, and babes, lethal ladies. I'm like, come on, But no,
dude, it was like this horror con I went to. There was like the whole cast of Monster Squad, almost everyone living from Return of the Living Dead. Juliette Lewis, David Arquette, like, dude, it goes on and on. There were so many legends at that, and my buddy Nick, his son and his girlfriend, who they wanted to meet the most was the angry grandma. And I was like, more power to them. They're young, but I was like, this generation's cooked, man. I go, there's so many legends in this one room. Like, so many legends in this room. And that's the person? It's like, oh, man.
Seriously.
It's like TikTok stars. I'm like, oh, whatever, though. To each your own. I mean, I am the guy just sitting in here in the dark with blood all over my face. Like, certain demographic, but anyways, what's your number 4, Carlos?
Number 4 would actually be one we talked. Pete kind of brought up a little bit earlier. Halloween 3. I mean, yeah, right on.
That is a fucking amazing movie.
Right, like people hate on it because it doesn't have Mike in it, but take the fact it doesn't have Mike in it out. It's a solid movie. I mean. With a really good score. And the guy that is the bad guy was the guy from RoboCop.
Dan O'Herlihy.
Yeah, like the quintessential old, senile, just creepy, older guy in a movie. And the main character, I know he's from some stuff too. It's just
Tom Atkins in his glorious mustache.
Yep. Yeah. I knew you'd know. It's escaping me what he's in, but he's in some other shit. Dude, Lethal Weapon.
Creep Show.
Night of the Creeps.
Night of the Creeps. Escape from New York, I believe he's.
I think he might be.
I think he was in that one. Dude, Tom Atkins is.
Fog.
Yeah, The Fog. Yeah, he's a John Carpenter regular.
And he's every movie he's just banging some young broad.
And I believe that's the storyline. He's like cheating on his wife and he like feels bad about it or something.
He's divorced from his wife in that, which is played by Nancy Loomis, who played Annie in the first Halloween. And yeah, she's an absolute bitch in this. Yeah, they're divorced. And then he's off banging Stacey Nelkin's character. And the funny thing about that scene is...
too.
Oh, is she?
She was, yeah.
Really? No
Dude,
shit.
My co-host J-Man just went to a con this weekend and met Tom Atkins and a bunch of other people. He got his picture taken with him. I'm like, I'm so jealous. But the scene in the hotel where he's banging Stacey Nelkin and Marge Gutman, the other lady who's fucking around with the mask and gets shot in the eye with the laser.
That's pretty violent. How her mouth like comes open.
Yeah,
too.
Right.
The actress Gar Stevens was married to Tom Atkins at the time, so she's in the next room getting shot in the face by a laser, while Stacey Nelkin was in the hotel and getting shot in the face by Tom Atkins. But yeah, I just found that kind of funny. I'm like,
I like that the whole third act is him just like snooping around. He's not a cop or nothing. He's a doctor. I'm like, I was talking to somebody about this at the con. I was like, I love that he's just snooping around, and I'm okay with it. Like, it's just, one thing I regret about Scarefest is I really want to get his autograph, and I was going to buy one of the Trick or Treat Studio skull masks and have him sign it. Just after meeting all Return Living Dead, like I could not afford nothing else. I wanted to buy some fun shit, but maybe next time.
I was actually trying to find the masks that they used in the movie, like the it was like a pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern, a skull, and like a goblin kind of mask.
The green one's the witch. Yep.
Yeah,
same company that makes this, Trick or Treat Studios.
Ooh.
Wow, that's pretty.
That looks good.
Right.
Can't really see it.
Even with the light, it looks good. That's a good-looking mask.
I didn't have to put on my sunglasses to know what that was.
Yeah, but Trick or Treat Studios. What's your next one, Pete?
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna be in agreement with Carlos on this one because it is a must-watch for me on Halloween. Halloween 3.
Right on.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Yeah, that is. I can't wear it on screen because of the green screen, but I have a green Santa Mira Silver Shamrock Toys beanie I bought at Horror Hound down in Cincinnati with a matching like Silver Shamrock T-shirt. My son has the Season of the Witch poster in his room. He's got a bunch of Silver Shamrock T-shirts. That's his favorite.
That he's got a Halloween 3 poster in his room, like the coolest kid in town.
That's awesome.
But we've watched all of them, and he absolutely loved that one. I'm like, he likes Michael Myers, but he was just like, this one was cool, I'm like, and he watched it like 2 years ago. He was like 8, and he was just like, he loved it. So it's like we went to Horror Hound, and my wife and I took him with me to one. So it's like we let him pick out some pieces, like, Season of the Witch. Can I get that? We're like, fuck yes, a gentleman of great culture. Yes, you can. He also has a Vigo the Carpathian portrait in his room, which I got him a long time ago.
That's like Ghostbusters 2?
Yep, I told him Vigo
I was gonna buy one at this con, but like I seen something with him on there. I think it might have been like a throw blanket or something. I'm like, if I bump into a poster with this on there. The funny thing is, man, I watched that on this trip too. I watched a lot of horror movies when I was on this trip because like I thought I'd want to go out to restaurants every night, but it's like the days were long for the con, so it's like first night watch Halloween 2, Prince of Darkness. Next night watch Ghostbusters 2. Then last night I was there. I watched both Addams Family's movies.
Right on.
Oh man, but it's on me right now.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go with the TV show right now. Roseanne. Now this is a bootleg I got. This is Roseanne Trick or Treat, so it's got all the episodes on there. All the Halloween episodes.
Oh, wow. Huh.
So I watched this earlier this week straight through. I watched every one of them on this little TV right here, but I could throw a lot of like TV shows for Halloween specials in here, but this one was always my favorite. I just, like, you remember when Jackie gets the tray pulled off her head and scares the little kids in the first one? Are you guys familiar with the Roseanne Halloween specials?
I've never seen.
One of them was on the other night. It was like, I don't know what season it was from, but it was like wherever that restaurant, that like restaurant she works at, her and Jackie.
The lunchbox. The lunchbox where the burglar came in.
Yeah, it was like they were having like a party, and like their boss was like dressed up like Hillary Clinton or something.
Oh, that was like season like 5 or 6, like a later one. But you should check these out, Pete. Like I always love Roseanne because it's just a blue collar family. It's how people actually act, and then their episodes they would go so over the top with their costumes and all the situations and everything. And there was an ongoing theme that Roseanne was the queen of Halloween.
Okay.
They always go all out, but then Dan was the master for the tricks. They're always trying to play tricks on each other, and he would always win every single time. There's like a funny episode where his boss, his contractor he's going to meet, shows up, and they have the whole haunted house in the house. She's like, "You want to help me get my husband back?" And she's just like putting his tie in the garbage disposal, pushing his face in like the punch, and he's acting all freaked out. And Dan thinks he's about to lose his job and everything. It's funny when she finally gets him back the one time. It's at an end credit. She's on the phone, and she's like talking to her mother-in-law. And she's like, "Yeah, you can come stay for 2 weeks." And he's like, "Make it 3. Yeah, no problem at all." But this is kind of the inspiration from the this little get up I have on there too, because Dan's in the house at one point. He's got the axe through the head, is like the crazy professor, and he's like, "I have a splitting headache." There's another really funny one too, where Roseanne's costume is a guy with a beard, a blue collar looking guy, and their car breaks down, hers and Jackie's car, and they have to go to the bar to use a payphone to call Dan to pick him up. And then she's like hanging out with the guys in the bar, like acting like one of the guys to see what they actually talk about. You'd have to see it, man. She almost gets in a fight at the end.
Jackie?
Oh no,
Jackie.
Roseanne. The guy's like, "I'm gonna take you out back, and I'm gonna kick your ass." She goes, "Oh, there's something I need to tell you. I'm not a man. I'm a woman." He goes, "You're gonna be a woman when I get done with you kicking your ass." Then Dan comes in. Remember, Dan comes in and saves her. He's like, "Hey, leave him alone. That's my boyfriend. Anybody that messes with him has to mess with me. You want to mess with me?"
I have never seen any of the Roseanne Halloween specials. I have not.
Funny. They go over the top. They really go over the top with it.
Yeah, you gotta love those the '90s family sitcom Halloween specials, because like they always like have like these really extravagant costumes, and like they throw these really extravagant parties.
Like Home Improvement.
What is it?
Home Improvement had some good ones too.
Right, where like everybody shows up, like actually shows up, and
I debated on throwing this on there. I got this from the same person's. All the Treehouse of Horror episodes. That's what I got playing in the background, but it's got like the first 11 episodes.
That's awesome.
I'll tell you what, one of those that messed me up as a kid was the ones where the teachers were eating the kids. Remember that? They were like actually like,
oh yeah,
which one it was, but man, that one kind of messed with me when I was a kid.
Yeah, they were serving them for lunch and everything.
Yeah, and the one where Bart had that brother that lived in the attic.
That one was just lame when I look back.
Oh man, that one kind of messed me up too.
I tease my son about that. I tell him if he's bad, I'm going to get his brother out of the attic that I keep chained up and feed fish heads and replace him with him.
Yeah, Hugo it was, right?
Hugo, yeah.
Hugo.
The best part in that was when Dr. Hibbert's like, "Now calm down, Hugo. You've been locked up in this attic so long, I bet you never even got to see your own reflection." And he just puts up like a empty frame, and he just sees Dr. Hibbert through, and he just punches him straight to the...
Yeah, those Treehouse of Horrors are great.
Yeah, the first like 8 years of The Simpsons were so good, and then it just turned into like Family Guy before Family Guy.
Yeah, it really. I don't know what the deal was. It like fell off big time in the last like. Kind of sad how it went out, but.
So is this your last one, Carlos?
Yeah, I saved my favorite one for last. It's a Prom Night with Jamie Lee Curtis.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh.
Now, what makes this your favorite?
Well, I think it's a really underrated kind of slasher movie. It has like a really good storyline, and it really like keeps you guessing till the end, like who the killer is. It's basically like a whodunit kind of movie, but Jamie Lee is actually really good at it. I think this is a kind of a better movie than Halloween, to be honest. I'm surprised Jamie doesn't get more recognition for this movie, or just as much as Halloween, because she's really good in it, and it was around the same time. The only thing I think maybe it's not as big is I think it was a Canadian studio or shot in Canada or something. So I don't think it was like really a big deal here when it came out. But yeah, it's got a really good storyline. It's basically like a bunch of kids. They're real young, and there's like an accident that happens, and they do the whole like I know what you did last summer type thing. Like we'll never speak of this again. We'll never, But then like 18 years later or 10 years later or whatever, when they're all seniors in high school, somebody starts, offing them one by one who had to do with what happened. So it's just I don't know. I really enjoy it and most people I recommend it and show it to, they're like, wow, yeah, that was a good movie. So yeah,
literally nobody ever talks about it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know.
The sequel's pretty good too.
Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2.
Oh yeah, that was on the other night too. Yeah, I didn't really like the remake that they did back in like 2008 or whatever. I thought that was kind of weak, but most remakes are, unfortunately. But
the first Prom Night is fantastic. We just did it. We did a Patreon watch for that a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I don't think we did. We might have done the second one. I don't think we did the second one. We may have just watched it, but we didn't do a Patreon for it. But yeah, I've seen Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Yeah, 1 and 2 are good. I think they did a third one too.
I think they did too. I feel like they did.
Yeah. But no, Jamie Lee Curtis was great.
You think they did a what? A part 2?
A third Prom Night.
There's like 4 of them, I believe.
Really?
Michael Felcher's putting them all out through his company Red Shirt Promotions. They're all getting 4Ks this year.
Really? Damn, I should know this, but I don't. Jeez.
Oh, I mean, this is some nerd shit, man. There was another one they were putting out too that everyone was wanting. Oh, Fright Night Part 2 they're putting out as well.
Really? Huh.
They're like the grails that haven't had Blu-rays. You ever feel like when you're collecting, you guys, that like you're preserving history?
It was kind of hard to find this. It was like I had to kind of dig a little bit. I was kind of scared. I was like, man, I hope I can find that.
I want to say Scream Factory has a Blu-ray for it, but it might. I think it's probably out of print by now. Like that's the thing with these boutique labels. At least modern day, they only put out a set amount, and when they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, I went to Dixieland Flea Market trying to find some old movies, and they didn't have like anything. I was really surprised.
Falling off so hard last time I went.
I was shocked. I was like, wow, really? I was like,
I remember going there like every weekend, man.
Yeah, and you could find like all kinds of movies, but now.
You remember when they used to have that bootleg store in there where you could buy movies that were still in the theater?
I think so. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I could see how that. Maybe it's I don't know, but yeah, I was kind of shocked, taken aback by that. I was like, man, this was like my go-to for like cheap DVDs, but they didn't have nothing, man.
Yeah, it used to be like that full table in the middle that went all the way around. Damn, I'm bleeding like crazy.
I cut myself too deep, brother.
Yeah. So what is your final one, Pete? What do you got?
I don't own a copy of it, but in lieu of a Friday the 13th, which is usually a given, and it's inevitably Jason Lives because that's my favorite in the entire franchise.
Same.
The Garfield Halloween special, where him and Odie go trick-or-treating on the island, and I included a few clips of it in the intro. I have the biggest emotional attachment to that. I watched that with my mom as a kid, and me and my little sisters used to watch that. And I watched it with my son, like from the time he was little, because I found it on YouTube because I don't own a copy of it. But yeah, I absolutely love that one. It's everything about it. Dude, Garfield, like Lorenzo Music doing his voice was fucking amazing. Yeah, that just it hits me right in the feels and gives me that warm, emotional, like childlike attachment to Halloween, and just reminds me why I love it so much. It's like I love and miss those. Like The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown is another one that like I could still watch just to watch it and be like, man, it takes you back for that 22 minutes or whatever it is. And that's with the Garfield thing. Like I love the animation style, the ghosts. It's scary as shit. That old man is terrifying as a kid. You're like, Jesus. But it is. It's just a fun animated Halloween special.
You know, I almost put that on my list. I almost bought a copy just to put on my list because that is one of my all-time favorites. I watch it every year. You know, Odie, you help me out, I'll give you one piece of candy. And they're both pirates.
Yes.
Like, it gets kind of scary at the end. I love my favorite out of all the Garfields is the Christmas special. That one's really good. But the show in general, like, I'm a huge Garfield fan. The old cartoon Garfield and Friends, even the Barnyard ones.
U.S. Acres.
Yeah, I love that one so much. And I'm just going to do my final one now because you kind of mentioned it. Charlie Brown's The Great Pumpkin. I mean, literally for the exact same reasons of you describing the Garfield Halloween specials, why I love The Great Pumpkin. This arguably doesn't hold up as well. It's a little boring, but I can't help it. I just love it. Just the animation on it, like you said, just the feeling. I remember watching this every single year as a little kid growing up. So The Great Pumpkin was this Linus has to find the Great Pumpkin, and he gets tricked by Snoopy, right? I believe. Yeah, but this is great, man. Yeah. Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Classic. Both of you guys had good picks on that last one.
We just ended on some classic cartoons.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna try to go that route, but I couldn't find like a copy of. I wanted like some Nickelodeon type stuff, but I couldn't like find it. Just a single one. So I was like, whatever.
Did you guys ever watch one I was thinking about throwing on here was what was that called? Oh no, I'm slipping my mind. It was the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. It wasn't The Great Pumpkin. What was that called?
Hanna-Barbera. I don't know. I don't know.
The Halloween Tree.
I don't think I've seen that one. Or if I did, I don't remember it. I might have seen it as a kid.
Yeah, it was a television special.
What channel was it on?
Does this look familiar?
Hang on.
Oh, Cartoon Network. Yeah, see.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Where like the kid with the pumpkin, one of their friends, like he goes missing and he's like real sick. So they're like chasing after him, but he's almost like a ghost, and they're trying to catch up to him the whole time. And they go into this haunted mansion where they got like a crypt keeper kind of character, voiced by Leonard Nimoy. And while they're on this adventure to try to get their friend back, it turns into like they give you a whole history lesson on like Halloween and they take a place like Egypt, old days of how Halloween became a thing. And it's got a pretty like wild ending at the end where the friend almost dies and they gotta like fight to get his soul back with like the crypt keeper guy. But that one's really fun, man. We used to watch that all the time. Yeah, I suppose those are our top fives, right?
Yeah.
I think everybody had some pretty good ones on their list.
Oh yeah, a lot of similar ones. I'm glad to see there's some people that think, think alike.
Yeah, like the animated ones, and Halloween. We had Halloween 3, Carlos. I mean, that is though that the Halloween 3 is just it's such a dark story though. It's the ending of that movie. It's like he got 2 out of the 3 networks to stop the commercial, you know, and it's like,
Stop it!
oh, stop it, turn it off.
That song though, you know that.
I got a little annoyed with that last time I just rewatched it.
One of these days, or one of these Halloweens, when I pass out candy, I'm gonna put a flat screen TV in one of the windows and have that playing on YouTube on a loop with some speakers hooked up outside.
And the commercial for that, it's funny. The director Tommy Lee Wallace does the voice of the "It's time, kids. It's Halloween. Get your silver shamrock masks." That's Tommy Lee Wallace, the director, and the voice of the telephone operator and the PA announcer in Santa Mira is none other than Jamie Lee Curtis.
Wow. I didn't know that. It's like when COVID was going on, I used to tell people, don't forget to wear your mask. Like, and some people got it. Some people were like, all right. Like, yeah. But you know, people who got it, I was like, you get it.
Yep.
Yeah, my life is just making movie quotes that nobody understands.
Same.
But when somebody does, it's like, hell yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Reference, bro. Man.
Jason X is a movie I watched free on Tubi, and I still want my money back.
Yeah.
But that's funny, manliness, because when I got this for Christmas a couple of years ago, the Friday the 13th Scream Factory box set.
That's the set.
Yeah, the one there.
Awesome.
They are
all of them.
Yeah, every single one right here. They are stopping production of these, and they're not going. They're going out of print. But the first one that I viewed out of this manliness was upon request of my son, who had never seen it before. He's like looking at. He pulled them all out, and he's looking at him. He goes, "Let's watch Jason X. I've never seen that." And I'm like, okay. So, and these have like the analog versions of the TV commercials. So I put that on the trailer, and I put that on. He goes, "Why does it look like that?" I'm like, "Because that's what TV over the air used to look like, son." But yeah, I love the extra features on all those. But Jason X is dumb fun. It's just dumb
the one
fun.
in outer space?
Yep.
Okay.
I actually don't hate it.
I don't hate it. It's dumb fun. It's fine and fun. I don't hate it.
There's not really a movie in the whole franchise I hate besides Jason Goes Straight to Hell.
Yep, that one I'm violently, and I mean violently, against that movie. I hate everything that it brings to the lore. The only thing redeeming about that movie was Creighton Duke. He was freaking hilarious, but he really didn't do anything.
That's another one, man. I was reviewing all the Friday the 13th at one point, and I reviewed that one, and then my video got like deleted, so I had to review it twice. So I was like extra hot on the second time around. That's another example. Like Jason Goes to Hell. Like, if it wasn't considered a Friday the 13th movie, not as many people would hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, if it was just like by itself, you know, might have been okay, but
yeah, like the Gates of Torment. No, you know, like
yeah.
I don't like the Necronomicon being tied in with Jason. I don't. The Evil Dead is awesome. It's awesome. It is, but I don't need this tied together. And I understand wasn't there a comic or something with them? I don't know.
They went to New Line, so they were like including all the stuff with Freddy. I heard the whole reason too Jason X even got made was because they were trying to do Freddy versus Jason, and they weren't ready to make it yet. So like, what can we do to buy some time? Let's send him to space in the future. Yeah,
it was a placeholder movie. That's what it was. And I remember because I went to the theater to see Jason Goes to Hell because it had. I'm old enough. I snuck into Jason Takes fucking Manhattan, Friday the 13th Part 8. My cousin was 2 years older than me. I was 9 when that came out. He was 11. We went to see another movie and then walked into that one at the very beginning of the movie. So I saw the whole thing in the theater, and I was so happy. Like It was not a great movie in retrospect. I still enjoy it. I've got a Japanese Jason Takes Manhattan fucking hoodie. I love it. It's ridiculous and it's fun. But seeing that in the theater and then 4 years later, going to watch Jason Goes to Hell with my mom because I was like 13, and just sitting there and like the beginning, I was like, oh my God, they blew up Jason. This is insane. Like, what the hell's gonna happen next? And then the corner eats his heart, and you're like,
when by the time he gets blown up, you think it's going to be a good movie. Like, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the first 8 Friday the 13th are some of the greatest movies, like the most consistent. I think like I get they were trying something different, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Jason kill people.
Current day Manhattan.
I mean, I guess a lot of it has to do with the box office and stuff too. There's so many times over the years I wonder why a movie didn't do good or why there wasn't sequels. I'm like, oh, because it flopped so bad in theaters that they're like they're not going to redo it.
And Jason Takes Manhattan, like Part 6 made considerably less money than 5, and Part 6 is arguably the best one in the entire franchise. Maybe sans Part 4, the final chapter.
Yeah, it's either 4 or 6.
4 or 6.
Popular answers.
Yeah, I'm always preferential towards 6. It's my favorite. It was the first one I saw, and I love Part 5. I know that's kind of like a lot of people hate it because of the twist with Roy the ambulance driver. I absolutely love Part 5. There's 22 kills in it, and if you don't take into consideration that it's Roy, it's just a badass Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the side that I don't like it, but it's been growing on me over the years. Yeah, two is one of the best.
5 can suck my.
Well,
Thank you, Felix.
Reggie the Reckless and that older lady are worthless. Tommy Jarvis in Part 5, like, man, Mr. Charisma, like breaking kung fu fights every 2 seconds, like just not good. You know, like I'd say the best, my favorite 4 in no particular order. I'd just say 2, 3, 4, 6.
Yeah,
say two arguably had the best final girl with her psychology. 3, Chris is my favorite final girl, and I just like the viciousness of Jason. 4 is arguably the greatest slasher of all time. And 6 was just like the MTV version that went Hollywood. It was just bigger. And I'm a big Tom Matthews fan as well.
Which one was the one with Corey Feldman?
4.
Okay, final
yeah.
chapter.
Okay.
Yep.
And then they made 8 more movies.
Yeah. Fucking you're talking about Part 3, Chris Higgins. Yeah, dude.
Very
Part
underrated.
3, yeah. The opening theme, the disco theme, is top shelf, dude. That is top tier. That is a chef's
She was
kiss.
at Scarefest too.
Was she?
Yeah. And Barbara Crampton, and like it was almost I was almost like I like they got something for everyone. It almost pissed me off in a way. I'm like, there's too many people I want to meet. I can't meet everybody. Like,
yeah, I feel like 3 is like where they finally got the formula right. You know, like
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like 2, they had him in the little like the burlap sack, and and then like 3, they finally put the hockey mask on him, and that
he gets it from Shelley.
He got it from Shelley. Yep.
Have you seen Commando 1999?
Come on. I haven't.
I haven't seen that.
I have not seen that.
You guys are fucking killing me with the suggestions, though.
I know.
Right.
Don't trust anything Gap says. He's the one that recommended Killer Condom. I love you, Gap.
Killer Condom, huh?
Yeah.
I
Thanks,
thought
Gap. Thanks, Gap.
Don't mind me, guys. Like I said, I got a splitting headache.
I'm
wearing this on my head makes me think, man, that would really fucking suck to get an axe in the head. I mean, I think it goes without saying, but
you mentioned Shelley and them getting the hockey mask, and I can't remember. It wasn't the special effects guys. It was one of the guys on the crew, though. He was a huge hockey fan, and that's how Jason's mask came to fruition. Red Wings, yeah, he was a Detroit Red Wings fan, which kind of makes me wish I would have worn my autographed Stevie Y jersey tonight. But yeah, which I bought that for my mom, and a couple of years ago, she was like, "Hey, I want to give this back to you." And it was when she was kind of on her decline, so she gave it back to me, and I'm like, I pull it out every now and then and wear it. But yeah, that guy was a huge Red Wings fan, and that's how Jason's mask became one of the most big pieces of iconography in horror history.
I wonder if they ever made like a Red Wings Jason kind of jersey, like have his mask and then the wing, and then
that'd be
number
sick.
13.
Yeah. Now I want to, dude. I could order one of those. I've got this place where I order all my like jerseys from, and I could have anything I want printed.
Yep. Or even if you went into like a hockey shop, they could make it for you, right? But the logo, someone would have to make a custom logo. We should get Friday the 13th gear.
Yeah. I've got a hockey mask I made to wear to the ring with battle damage and everything.
I got one.
I had one of those glow in the dark one when I was younger. I was him one year.
Yeah, I don't know what movie mine's from, but it's got the mark in the mask, so it's got to be.
I got to get a prop.
Forward.
Yeah, I remember. I think I was like in 4th grade when I was Jason one year. That was a good costume. I've pretty much been all of them except for I've never been Freddy Krueger. I've never been Leatherface. I think that's about it. All the rest of them, I think I've been.
I don't think I've been any of them, really. I was Jason one time as an adult.
Nice.
I've got that, and then it's got the cowl underneath it.
Oh, see, that's a real, that's the real one.
Dude, I get so on people at these horror cons whenever I see a Jason, it's like they're missing like something about it, like the axe mark in the head, or like.
It doesn't show up well on the green screen.
Yeah, see, I had the $5 one that just was like the plastic mask with like the straps, like there was no back to it. It was just like half kind of face.
I'm gonna wear my OJ jersey to pass out candy on Friday. I wore that down to the ring on Mother's Day. I wore my OJ Simpson jersey.
Like that, I was okay with that as a teammate, but when you wore the Ohio State jersey, I was like losing my shit. I can't associate with this.
Like that's unacceptable.
I am an Ohio State fan. I will not lie about that unapologetically. Just football. Let me clarify. Just football.
That's the worst.
I know. Especially living in Michigan. But
I think I'm just going to be a bandwagon fan for the University of Kentucky after I went to Kentucky, just based solely on everyone that I talked to was nice.
I was the same way. Oh, go ahead, Carlos. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, no, I was just asking, anybody use the word yonder?
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, I got the wrong state.
Oh.
God damn it.
I think if we got any more Ohio State jersey, just announce you're homosexual already.
I was young and needed the money this morning.
Where's that turkey, by the way?
I'm sitting on it right now. It's inside me.
So I think we're getting close to 2 hours, guys. So I think we'll wrap here sometime soon. So if anybody in the chat has anything else they want to ask us, rapid fire, we'll get to the questions.
Yeah, ask away.
But overall, man, this was fun.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I enjoyed this. I hope your audience enjoyed it. I'm sure my chat full of savages has had a good time this evening. Manliness and Godzillionaire. Thank you to all the channel members and Patreon backers, by the way. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and once again, if you're here from Wrestling with Horror, please give my channel Killer Pizza. So subscribe. If you're here from my channel, go give Wrestling with Horror a subscribe. Give this a like. I mean, that helps out a lot. And I want to let you guys know that me and Carlos, Easy C, we will be back for the second episode of Total Recall in November. I'm not quite sure. I'll let you guys know in the community tab. So maybe we'll come up with a theme for that. And I'm looking forward to doing more. Hell yeah. Looking forward to doing more multi-streams like this too. Because I think you're going to be a a reoccurring guest whenever I'm just doing one on my own on my channel. I know you've welcomed me on your channel before with like some wrestling play-by-plays and all that type of stuff. Your crew's wild too. They're a lot of fun guys.
Oh, I have, like I said, my panelists are, we don't, there's very little restraint shown amongst our group at all. But we have fun, man. Like I said, most of us been together now almost 6 years. On YouTube doing this, and a lot of us have hung out in person and got to meet and shit like that. So it horror cons, and a couple of the guys have been to my house. So yeah, we have fun, man. We have fun. But no, it's always great getting to stream with you, brother. And Carlos, man, it was a blast getting to meet you and getting to talk to you, brother.
Yeah, right on. I feel like I've known you for a while. It's our first. Obviously, we have a similar taste, and I just want to say thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Dude, I had Pete Rowland telling him the stories of our script for the action movie.
Oh yeah, that's
Don Lopez.
Still working on that,
Yeah, we'll get it recorded sometime.
Yeah, one of these days.
We're gonna add a jet water skiing scene. I think we need to have that scene with John Candy and with the Great Outdoors. Oh man,
I'm taking your fucking wrench, Gap.
So, is there anything else you guys are think you're gonna be watching this week for Halloween? Are you gonna end it on a certain movie or anything like that?
Go ahead, Carlos.
Probably, honestly, sometimes I like to just do whatever's on TV. I like to let the TV do the thinking for me. I know that sounds kind of weird, but like yesterday, there was all Friday the 13th movies on, so I just rode that wave. And, the night before that, it was Scream movies
we
on.
were talking about this before, man. We're like, it's not the same with like streaming because you get so picky to like pick something out, but it's like it was kind of fun. This is what I thought when I was like staying in the hotel down south, where it's like there was no like internet on the TV, so it's like just throw on AMC and like whatever the hell's on.
I love that.
Like
I love finding stuff that's already on in play.
I think I might do a little Phantasm marathon. That might be.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty good.
Well, Phantasm 1 and 2 are good, and then the rest of them are just you can just enjoy them as schlock.
I like them all, but the last one. The last one's so depressing.
Ravager, yeah. Angus Scrim died right after filming of that. It was just cobbled together footage. We reviewed the entire franchise about a year ago. And yeah, I love the first and second one. Those are freaking amazing, especially the first one. There's a question right here. Godzillionaire asks, how did Netflix not bring Stranger Things back before Halloween? That was a big mistake because they're doing it at the end of November, I think it is.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. They should have brought it back for Halloween, honestly.
Yeah, I remember that show. It's been like kind of on hiatus for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, they took a really long time.
Yeah.
Around COVID.
Yep.
And then it's been years since the last season, so they're kind of jumping the shark a little bit. I'm glad they're finally ending it. That's one of the worst things that happen with certain shows is they end too late.
Yeah.
Or they don't have a chance to even have an ending.
Yeah, you just get left with a cliffhanger. Well, that show started filming in like 2014. The cast were all children. It's 2025. They're all in their early to mid 20s now. Like Millie Bobby Brown is like 21. The rest of them are all like 23, 24. Natalia Dyer that played Nancy, she's like almost 30. The one that played Steve Harrington, Joe Keery, he's almost around 30. So they had to age them up. They have a time jump, which is weird because I just rewatched the series for like the 4th time. My son loves it, and I'm a fan. The 80s aesthetic of it. I own the soundtracks on vinyl, and I have a cassette for my Delta 88 that I play in there with the old songs on it. Which it's sad. I got an 85 Delta 88 Royale Broham, and I'm putting her away for the winter now. So I just took her for her last cruise yesterday and today. So she's in the garage now, getting ready to go to bed for the winter. But yeah, Stranger Things really introduced like a new generation of kids to the 80s aesthetic. And like my son fell in love with that because I already listened to 80s music and stuff like that. So he was already a fan, but he heard some of these songs. And then like he's learning the words to them, like listening to him on his tablet in the morning, like singing him while he's getting ready for school. He's like, hey, can you put on like this or that? And I'm like, all right, you know, and he gets in the truck in the morning. He'll take my phone. He goes to YouTube Music and he'll start picking out like the Halloween theme or the theme from Friday the 13th and shit like that. I'm like, I've done something right. He's 10. He's 10. I've done something right.
I know I shouldn't be this way, but I always get a little territorial when like younger kids like play that type of stuff. Or like, I like 80s stuff. I was like, I was there.
I feel the same way.
You just heard about it.
It's like when a band you like gets mainstream and then people get all excited about it.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's mine. But hey, it's, you know, I'm glad people, I'm always glad at the end of the day when people appreciate that stuff. Yep. Especially younger kids, you know, because they got so much stuff thrown at them that they could grab onto. And when they like grab onto something like that, it's like, yeah, see, because, you know.
I taught my son video games on an NES Classic playing 8-bit like Mario and stuff like that. And an N6, which I still have 2 N64s. He plays Madden 11 on my PS2, you know, in my lounge area in my basement. So it's like, yeah, I you know, he's got a Nintendo Switch, but like he'll sit down here for hours and play Madden, you know, or like Legend of Zelda and stuff like that.
It's like you, Carlos, with GoldenEye back in the day.
Still got it.
Same, bro. I love that freaking game. Oh my
god! You remember, Carlos? I had like a big party at my apartment, and I had Nintendo 64, and I had to go to work the next day. And I'll just say, you know, you owned a house back then, the same house you're in now, and you were like, I was going to work, and you're like, you mind if I just chill while you go to work and just play GoldenEye? And I'm like, why does this guy want to hang out in my shitty apartment with beer cans everywhere after a party when he's got this big, nice house and he'd rather just chill and play GoldenEye all day long? I'm like, yeah, I got no problem with it. Have someone to hang out with when I get home. I'm more of a Mario Kart 64 kind of guy. Unbeatable.
Oh, yeah. You got the Rumble Pack in there somewhere?
Those are all, and I have, 10 or 11, maybe 12 N64 controllers total in 2 systems. 2 copies of No Mercy. The reason why I have so many of them is because I have the entire WCW roster from 95 to 01 recreated on No Mercy, so I can just use those guys. And I still have Revenge, but it's like I just like because I created all these.
Dude, that Revenge, man, that was one of the best. I remember what were the WWF ones? WrestleMania 2000, the THQ ones. What was the other one?
No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000. Those were the Aki THQ games.
It was one or the other, the WWF like one through THQ. I think WrestleMania 2000. But I remember as a kid like going in like a Kmart. And it was like near Christmas. I was gonna probably get it for Christmas. I remember just like standing at the glass, like putting my hand on the glass, just looking at
soon. Soon you will be mine.
Yes.
Like what?
You know, it's a really fun game on 64 too. Star Fox. I know a lot of systems you got that free with it. To this day, I still think about the Christmas I got on a Nintendo 64. One of the greatest days of my life. I still remember the excitement.
And it's funny you said Star Fox because I remember, like, you know, games were really expensive back then. So my parents were like, all right, you can get one game, you know, when we buy you the system. And I was like, okay. So I was at the store and it was like Star Fox or GoldenEye. And I was like, GoldenEye, you know? So I feel like my life went in a completely different direction. You know, it was like I was at a real crossroads.
Isn't that crazy? The games still cost the same.
Yeah, I mean,
it never really went up or down. I think they were pretty dang expensive around like Nintendo and all that.
Yeah, I mean, when I bought a game when I was a kid, it was a big deal, man. I had to like sit down and like weigh the pros and cons, like, you know.
Then you play the game over and over again, beat it over and over. Man, what are your guys' top 5 favorite N64 games.
GoldenEye, No Mercy, 1080 snowboarding.
Oh yeah.
Was Mortal Kombat? Wait, no, not Mortal Kombat. That was Sega Genesis. I like Turok the Dinosaur Hunter.
Man.
I played the shit out of that game, and God, what the hell was the other one on there? I freaking love the. It's so stupid, but we used to play it after the bar. We'd come back to my house. The PBA Pro Bowling game. Just because I played the shit out of that game so much. I used to like the Ready to Rumble boxing on there too for an honorable.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was good on Dreamcast too.
Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah, I would have to say mine would probably be like GoldenEye, Duke Nukem, Mario 64, the one where you jump into paintings,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely Mario Kart, and Shadows of the Empire. I'm not like the biggest Star Wars fan, but that was a good ass game. Like for its time.
I'd say Mario Kart, WCW Revenge, WWF No Mercy, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that game.
Remember the multiplayer on that? That was so much fun.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
GameCube was, and then my favorite systems on top of that: 64, probably GameCube, Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I had Genesis growing up, and loved it.
I still got mine right down here. Still works.
Yeah, mine too. It's amazing. I'm like, wow, that's some solid engineering.
Oh yeah, those things were built to last. This is the original right here. Still got her from when I was a kid.
Yeah, see, man, I wish I would have saved him when I was a kid, but I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just like, when I didn't play it anymore, I was like, oh, time to trade it in, But,
that was such a fucking flex just to pick up that game. Like, it looked like it's in good condition too.
Oh, I mean, I can sit here and I can, I've got, yeah.
All right, good night, everybody. No.
just those cases alone, man, are just, man.
Let's see
That was a
I think you still have the 64 cases in good condition because they were just flimsy paper. Like,
yeah.
That's just sitting there too. That's I've had this since I was like 4. I'm gonna put it together and frame it, but yeah, I've got a ton of stuff just off camera here that's just little trinkets. I mean, we're talking about wrestling games, pro wrestling for the NES, right there.
And it's still in the plastic.
I bought this at a thrift shop. Like I found. Yeah, $4.99 I paid for this one. I've still got my original Legend of Zelda in the golden box with the booklet, and I was showing this on the air, but that's why it's sitting here by my desk. But I the original map for it that came with the original game right here, and there's some handwriting on there. It's my mom, because after I would go to bed, my mom would sit there and play this game and beat levels and then write notes on it and tell me about it in the morning. Yeah.
that's
So, yep.
But you know what, guys? I think we're a little over 2 hours. I think it's about time to wrap. I'm getting a little sleepy. I still got to shower and get all this off my face. Can't even really see much on this side.
Hang on.
My lighting.
There we go.
Done.
Yeah.
But once again, make sure you subscribe to both channels, like, leave some comments, all that fun stuff. Let us know what you thought of the stream, and if you want to advertise your stuff you got coming out this month again.
Yeah, absolutely.
knows.
This Thursday. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Tomorrow night we got Nitro, which will be another horror-focused Monday night here on the channel, which of course will still include our regulars. We'll have mug shorties on there for you. And Tuesday night, TerrorVision. This week we are reviewing the 1984 classic Ghostbusters with Drew from Wendigo Pictures. Thursday night, spooky season watch parties conclude with Halloween 1978. And I have a review of Night of the Living Dead 1990 that'll be out by Friday. And I have a Michael Myers short I am shooting tomorrow. And I'll have a video for channel members this week. And the watch party from Thursday night, you'll have a full Patreon commentary. You'll be able to watch the movie along with us on Friday. That's patreon.com/wrestling with horror 420. Links in the description to myself and Killer Pizza. That's it, gang. Thank you, everybody, for commenting and hanging out with us this evening. Carlos, thank you again, brother, for joining us. It was a blast.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Folks, you know how we do. If we don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one. And remember, it's always better to burn out than fade away. Deuces! Patreon.com/wrestling with horror 420. Go home, you